Andrew, would you like to come up? Yes.
Good morning, everybody. So I'm just going to start off with giving a bit about my background. In 2013, after a short period of illness, I returned to Northern Ireland and was diagnosed with HIV several weeks later. Excuse me. At that time, as I sat in the physician's office, I knew 3 facts. The first one was that I needed a cigarette. The second one was that once I'd achieved an undetectable status, that I was going to have an improvement in my health and that it was going to stop me from passing it on to anyone else. But I was also aware that on the island of Ireland, this message hadn't caught on in society. No organisation, no official body had went with this message. And so I decided to start my own to address this and other inequalities that faces the HIV community back home. We signed up for the consensus in late 2016, I believe, somewhere around then. And at that time, for me, the message was really bringing vindication. It was bringing vindication from stigma, from worrying about my health and the future, and from worrying about passing the condition on to anyone else. But it was really, really irritating to me as well on the other side, and inconceivable, that a scientific fact based on scientific trials was not being acted upon in the same way it would be for any other condition. So we started by canvassing, handing out flyers and posters in clubs, pubs and retail areas. At the time there was a considerable amount of reluctance from people to have faith in the viability of the message. People were almost too afraid. In fact, at the time I turned down several interviews and news interviews because the editors did not want to bring up the existence of the statement, let alone have any faith in it or allow me to advocate for it. But sometime between 2015 and 2016, the public began to pay attention. In 2017, publications were printing my U=U articles, and after that, things started to fall into place. Globally, the message has soared with the amazing work of Prevention Access campaign, which has without doubt helped me endlessly in my endeavours. In Southern Ireland, the HSE, the Health Service Executive, recently updated their terminology to bring it in line with the undetectable message. In Northern Ireland, while the government collapsing in January of last year has left us working with a sexual health strategy from 2006, so that's 2 years before this statement was even released. We have gained support from several leading politicians with hope that when Stormont is up and running again, the new strategy, positive moving on, and other organisations we're working on at the time of the collapse will be quickly implemented, and that will include the 2008 Switzerland statement. Lately, this message has brought another feeling to me, and it's one that's standing here in the room today and looking around, it's definitely reiterated, and that's one of people coming together. Northern Ireland is still a very divided society. In many ways, it's still a conflict zone. There are people on different divides that I've seen come together, more so over this message than they ever did over any peace agreement or any other kind of an agreement, which all collapsed in the end anyway. But it has brought everyone together, and as I look around me today, I see so many people from such very different backgrounds and see how that has brought us all here. We can utilise that now to heal wounds from stigma that created so many problems over the years by bringing people together, as Dr. Brady pointed out. There's messages resonate with people who are not living with HIV, and there are messages that resonate with people who are, and that's going to bring us together, and we should use that now to heal wounds and heal them wounds of the past, that's all that stigma and all that hurt caused. Lastly, I would like to say and use this opportunity to reiterate my promise to Bruce and to the U=U message to do whatever I can to promote it in whatever way I can. And I hope that this time next year, after the amazing achievements we've seen in the last 12 months, we'll be standing here with much more to say next year, and that we can go from there and building this message and building this movement. Thank you.